Have you ever stopped to think? What makes change so hard? Oh, it's easy to fucking say you know the answer because, you know, this world depends on its books to give it to them. But you ever actually stopped to think for yourself what that answer really is? Take decorating for your house, for example. What stops you from doing it? Now, screw all the fucking people that'll go, oh, nothing stops me from fucking decorating, you know, I'm a decorating fiend, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because, to you, it's a hobby. Something you fucking enjoy, so... you put your fucking heart into the decorating itself, not into the... oh, anything other than that. So it doesn't bother you about giving it a fresh lick of fucking paint because your heart's in that lick of paint. But what stops fucking people who aren't that way inclined from doing it? Their heart's not in it. Why? Because their heart's in something that's stopping them from doing it. What is it? What's stopping you? Oh, well, you know, because, this piece of furniture that I've got won't go with the fucking, with, you know, I can't bring myself to get rid of it. Why? Because it means something to me. Why? Was it a gift from someone you love? Is that fucking person that you love more important to you than how your room looks? Then there's your answer. Whereas those that love to decorate don't tend to, well, don't tend to hoard these little trinket gifts. They're happy to throw them a fucking way. And turning around and saying, and trying to fucking say that means I'm calling you shallow is not the way it is. Because the reality fucking is, fucking only fucking people that actually fucking think the same way you fucking do would act that fucking way any fucking way. So they tend to give you fucking gifts that they know you'd appreciate. Things that would go with your, well, continuously changing styles. So they'd get you something like a fucking incense burner. Something that'll go in whatever fucking room fucking, yeah, you want it to go fucking in regardless of how it looks. But for those of us that aren't quick to change and tend to, well, take our time about everything, tends to be a chore. Something as simple as a fucking pillow, it's hard to let go of because, well, it's an intimate fucking thing that we've shared with someone we love. Now, with these philosophies in mind, what's stopping the world from changing? With these philosophies in mind, what's stopping the world from changing? Any thoughts? Simple. Capitalism. Now, it's easy to blame capitalists and fucking whatnot for this. Capitalism is a choice of belief. It's not a person. It's not a company. It's not anything. It's just a belief. Turning around and blaming people because they got fucking money and you don't doesn't fucking mean that they fall into a category of a capitalist. Say what is actually preventing it, because there's only one real capitalist in this fucking world, and it's a scientist. Has absolutely no fucking conscience about sacrificing the fucking world to go down into its own personal little book series. Every fucking thing from that choice is just a surface fucking appearance consequence. These people that have got fucking money may invest in these scientists, but that's because they think that it'll maintain the power, fucking their power in the fucking future, because they know, every fucking one of them knows that these scientists will not take no for an answer. So if they don't give them the fucking money, they won't be able to fucking control what they do with that knowledge. The scientist will fucking have no conscience about taking their scientific theories to the next highest bidder, and they know it. The entire fucking world is basically scared of them. But I've gone off fucking track. So what's preventing the world from changing? With these philosophies that I mentioned in mind about our natures. An obsessive decorator will tend to fill their fucking house with things that they can keep in between their phases. Somebody that doesn't decorate that fucking often will fill their fucking house with things that last. Whereas, like I said, an obsessive decorator will fill their house with things that will last through change. Us patient fucking people that don't tend to fucking act that way will fill our house with things that endure. Not in a rush to change. So what's stopping the world from changing? Now it's easy to fucking put the fucking blame on one or the other. Those of us like that, you know, take our time when it comes to change and endure for the most part. Or those that are in a rush to fucking change and haven't got a fucking slightest fucking clue how to endure jack shit. So what's stopping the world from changing? Capitalists aside. Simple. Capitalism is the reason for it. but it's not the underlining reason for it. It's just a symptom of the underlining reason. Something that's a consequence of a belief. And what is that belief that's causing this lack of change? Independence. And no, I don't mean independence in the sense of everybody, the entire world has to be a slave. Not that kind of independence, that's freedom. Personal independence. You are so brainwashed by these fucking scientists that you've forgotten how to think like a family unit. So, when you go out and you fucking buy a new pair of shoes or a new coat, you buy it with yourself in mind, not with your family in mind. So it ends up with you being a fucking case of you end up fighting and arguing if your loved ones borrow your coat because you bought it with your own independence in mind and not your family's needs in mind. And as a fucking result of this belief that everything has to be yours and yours alone, you end up filling your fucking house with shit that you really don't fucking need at all. Ending up with all this fucking shit that makes it hard for you to fucking move on. Makes it fucking hard for you to let things fucking go. Because, you know, that personal connection that would still be there if you were thinking like a family unit, but you're not thinking like a fucking, you know, like a capitalist. Like a scientist. It's mine and mine alone! I deserve to go down in fucking history! Oh, but what if my family doesn't like the coat I fucking chose? Why wouldn't they? Do they love you? Do you inspire them? If they don't fucking like it, then there's a reason for that. And they love something more than you. Something else they love more. It's that simple. When I was a fucking child, my mum was in the TAs. And I worshipped the ground my mother fucking walked on. I wanted to be a soldier just like my mother. Say, I'd role fucking play in her army uniform when she wasn't looking. Put on her hat, her coat, her boots, even though they'd never fitted me. But that innocence gets quickly beaten fucking out of us as we grow older, where that's mine, not yours, mine. It's a kid. I mean, shit. You want to be a fucking soldier, and that's what a soldier wears. Doesn't fucking matter that fucking, you know, it's your mum's fucking outfit. That's not what you're thinking of fucking about. You're not thinking fucking like it's their personal fucking belongings. You're thinking of, that's your fucking mum's, you want to be like your fucking mum, so you're following your mum's example. It's not until you get older that you start to be made to think of that's your mum's personal property. It's not something that she's preparing you to be because, you know, that's not the fucking way it is. That's her personal. Even if you share her nature of a fucking soldier or, you know, a nurse fucking, because she was a nurse in the fucking territorial army, it doesn't matter. You know, if we were still lived in a fucking world that thought like a family, my mum would have been raising me to fucking prepare me to be a soldier in the TAs just like her. So it wouldn't have mattered if I'd fucking role-played and dressed up in a military uniform. As a result of this personal independence fetish that we've got our fucking selves into, we fill our homes with crap that we don't need and ended up with no space at all. And this is part of the fucking problem. This world on a little miniaturization fucking bullshit. It's not going to solve the problem. We need to change our way of thinking. Miniaturizing all this fucking shit isn't going to change jack shit. No, it's like that. Having, you know, but you know, kids fucking don't fucking know how to fucking share. And yeah, this is fucking true, but me and my brother managed to fucking work something fucking out growing up. My brother had a fucking Mega Drive, I had a Nintendo, and we never argued. Why? Because when I wanted to play a Sega, I'd let him play my Nintendo. That's assuming we didn't play together. Not that we ever did very often, but... Because my brother is like 8 years older than me, and, you know, I wasn't into the fucking same games that he was into for the most fucking part. With 1 or 2 exceptions. But even then... those games fucking tended not to be multiplayer. So he just tutored me in how to do them properly. You know, for those of us that are hardcore gamers, how many consoles do you own? Yeah, I got an Xbox and... I used to fucking buy PlayStations as well, but PlayStation have lost my custom forever. But, yeah. I always had at least one of every fucking console. So, why does every kid in the house need an Xbox? If you're fucking all gamers and you love fucking games that fucking much, then what does it matter? You only need one console. It's your way of thinking that you need to change. So it's stopping everything else from changing. For all of us enduring people that fill our fucking homes with sentiments. Personal fucking bonds. Family fucking unit is what we're craving. Someone that we can share our coat with. And for those that like the change, they want someone to decorate fucking with. They don't tend to fill their fucking house and hoard like we do. We're the sentiment hoarders. They only fill their fucking house with things that they well, don't have to fucking change, which isn't an awful lot. There's very few fucking things that an excessive decorator was not willing to let go of. Whether you like it or not, people, you've been raised to be a dictator.